tonight we are going directly back into Prey, for it is a delightful game.
Oh, make that 4. Someone dropped off another. God, these things are junk.
I don't think this is a drill, Octavia. I'm sending you the code. Please, come to the escape pod right now.
Hi, Annalise. Hi, Corey. Alright, so it's been a bit since we have played Prey. Welcome back. I don't distinctly remember what we were doing, just that I kept... Going to be broken, at least be broken in a satisfying way. Just that whatever it was that I had been doing was something I had had a great deal of difficulty with. Where did you go? Where did you go? Alright. Ah, yes, the recycling skill. Let's see. Oh, that's just weapon switch. Okay. Do I have room for any neuromods? Oh. One moment. What's that?
How could you do this without me?
Not very well, considering that it looks like I can't get the recycling skill that you are so insistent that I must get.
Oh, it's not just me. We've
The
got
materials
other folks
expert
here.
one specifically, yes.
Well, not here at the moment, but here in general.
Yes.
Let me go rat out the cages and see if they'll come out.
But of course. Let's get me those bullets.
So why is it that when you saw a mimic, you did a 360 and lost it?
I will admit, I might be,
Star Pyramid.
I might have my sensitivity a bit too high.
90 medical class operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of
So
aperture.
you spin in a circle.
Obstruction detected.
Diagnosis.
Hi, heal me please.
Abrasions, fatigue. Nothing life-threatening. I'll have you feeling better soon. Good as new. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk. Stuff to you.
Should I be heckling you the entire time, or trying to help,
You're
or
welcome to
just
do
generally
both.
being confused?
You're welcome to do both, honestly.
I don't believe that's what's gonna happen.
Let me just hit this quick save button because I don't want to have to listen to all those things and go through all those buttons again when I inevitably die in about 30 seconds after walking into a room that says containment. Or is that where that is where I'm going, down into the guts.
So how long until you play Metroid? Because right now I'm having big Metroid Prime 3 vibes from this game.
You know, that's a point. How long until I play Metroid? It depends on the Metroid, because the Prime games are one of those things where I'm just gonna admit to the heresy. I couldn't get myself to like those games. There's not a
Why?
good reason for it. Actually, here's the reason for it. When I first tried to play them, it wasn't on the GameCube. It was on the Nintendo Wii. And the
The
motion
light gun
controls,
controls are fine.
they... Huh. They may have been
Quite well if you
fine.
let yourself adjust to them.
Stuff to you.
But if you have a problem with them, we can always ask the dolphins to help.
Hello.
Ah!
You're too close.
I recognize that.
Suit integrity damaged.
I get it. You're a demon of dreams. Why is your pattern recognition so bad?
Define pattern recognition.
The ability to see something and notice there's a pattern here. Like the idea of being too close to an object means it can't grow to full size.
Honestly, here's the thing. I did recognize that was the case. I did not recognize what distance was too close.
You were closer than you were the last time.
Nonsense. I was further away on one axis.
Hello. Good
Which
to see you
axis?
again, Dr. Yu.
I don't remember. I wasn't paying that close attention.
You know, I don't know if these for you are just like gaming streams or what, but for me these are the Advil streams.
Ooh. That's right. I can do this.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Oh yes, and because you won't do it, I am still helping you network.
Yes.
You'd
thank
think
you.
a demon of dreams would be much better at this.
Dr. Yu.
You would think that. I would think that. We both think that. Yeah, I.
Suit integrity damaged.
Dr. Yu.
I mean, it does seem to be very excited about the idea of Metroid Fusion, though.
I've heard that it's good.
Yeah. It's, I think before Other M happened, it was the most story-focused Metroid game. Then Other M happened, and we want it to stay we want Fusion to stay the most story-focused, and to pretend Other M never happened.
Target, no type of material detected.
Ooh. Typhon Mimesis Part 3. May I explain how mimics arrive here and at how at least one survived in the vacuum inside the Kletka for so long. They can move to an adjacent dimensional bubble where time passes much more slowly, shifting back with the appropriate stimulus, e.g. prey. From the mimic's perspective, a 6 million year journey to our solar system in the form of an iron meteor might only take a few seconds. These things are the ultimate trapdoor spiders.
Trapdoor Spiders would like to have a word with them. These Typhon have never played with Defense Force.
I wonder if they'd be very good at it.
No, nobody is.
Status report 37. V010655-37 has shown signs of further instability in the last 24 hours. Subject demonstrated morbid curiosity in small objects around him, attempting to place them in his mouth and consume them. Nutritive and non-nutritive. Initial diagnosis would seem to be a rapid onset pica, but there was no evidence of this prior to exposure to the telepath. We're not ruling out suicide attempts, although the subject isn't making an effort to hide it. I'll be performing an endoscopic exam next shift to make sure nothing is lodged in the esophagus or intestines.
For those who are wondering, pica is the medical term for a compulsion to eat non-nutritional objects. It's just that in this, they know that most of us don't have medical knowledge, so that's why they explain it and then say it's pica.
Yeah.
An actual medical writings, it would just say patient presents with pica.
Yeah. 37 is still under suicide watch, as requested. The prisoner hasn't been given any sedatives to keep his system clean for upcoming surgery. No food either, only water. He doesn't do much except rock back and forth, staring at the same point on the wall and mumbling to himself in Russian. Can't make out what he's saying. He's made no attempt to hurt himself that we've seen. This volunteer doesn't seem to be suicidal. He seems disoriented, like he's sleep drunk. All right, can
Why
you
are
print?
you quick saving so much?
That wasn't a
Why
quick
are you
save.
quick saving? What was-
That was me realizing that something was wrong on my other screen, and I had to alt tab out to take care of it.
Okay.
So, you're the one who knows medicine. How do you pronounce that word?
It's an encephalolectomy. They're removing a piece of the brain.
Okay, I think we've gotten just about all we're going to get out of 37 by talking. I want you to schedule surgery within the next few days. Let's get it out and into analysis as soon as possible. So yeah, that's lovely. Encephaloectomy. That's Thank you for being able to tell us what that means, because that makes that a way worse thing than it initially might sound.
The ectomy part suffix is removal, and encephala is the prefix for brain. So an encephaloectomy is they're removing the subject's brain. Now, this sounds terrible. It's something that we do commonly with like lab rats and stuff, mostly for the purposes of trying to figure out like certain psychoactive medicines. Because let's be honest, at some point we do have to do testing on live subjects to determine if medicine is safe. We found that mice are the closest to humans in terms of a neurological makeup. So overall ethics believe that for developing new medicine, it is generally less of a problem to use lab rats, just because, well, it still sucks to hurt animals, but you're hurting ones that are raised specifically for a purpose, as opposed to people who don't want to suffer, or people who are, weren't made for that purpose,
Yeah. I
You
understand.
don't quite have tech. Go on.
I understand what you're getting at. Ooh, Typhon lure. Which does exactly what it says.
Yeah, you throw the thing to make Typhon go that away.
Alright, I've loaded another nightlight as requested. Up the psycholuminescence. This time the Typhon ought to follow the lure like an imprinted duckling.
There's a goose.
Oh, lovely. Now we know that its weaknesses are things that you would expect it would be weak to.
So it's weak to glue, Q-beam.
I do like how this place is a lab, so they've got all of these things set up specifically to do lab tests. Or to show off.
It's nice to see
these
those
things.
touches. When I play the game for myself, I'll probably go over and probably criticize a hell of a lot more, but it does look a lot more like a lab. Wait. Which one's the mimic? The post-it note or the...
Neither appears to be a mimic.
Isn't it fascinating? There's something almost angelic about those golden filaments, like frozen light. The Typhon weave it out of thin air. The question is why? We have a lot of theories.
I think Manetric's
But
weakness is
solid
cheesecake,
answers
so we know
are
exactly how
good.
to disable them.
I wish you were with me, Morgan. Not the way you are now. The way you used to be. I know we could tackle
It makes
this
me
together.
a natural enemy of
Like
Manetric
old
because I can
times.
make a good cheesecake.
Ooh.
even more so, I am safe from cheesecake because I'm allergic to gluten. So I can't eat any cheesecake that's made of bread, or wheat or barley, that kind of stuff. Which means I am less like, which means I can no longer. Damn it! I lost a joke. I can't eat it, so I'm not going to eat my own poison. Also, it's kind of amusing when you see the mimics transform in front of you and still try to be sly.
Yeah.
You can tell there's some intelligence going on there, but not enough.
Well, this is a crater mimic, so it is doing all this stuff rather than the other ones that just turn into a thing and wait.
The ones that turn into a thing and wait are probably a little smarter.
Hang on. Oh, that's lovely. That is a...
What is it?
That is a family picture. There's me, there's... we've got Morgan and Alex Yu in the back, and then presumably parents in front. And it did that after you go through all the things that are just general lab equipment. That's delightfully horrible.
Well, they have neurons, but I think that they're short of you. I have phrases for this, like not playing with a full deck, or a few fries short of a Happy Meal.
Null wave transmitter. Developed in psychotronics, the null wave transmitter emits a burst of signals which suppresses the psionic abilities of anyone caught in the blast for a short period of time. Oh, and that would be the family portrait that it turned into. That would be how it got access. Using Mossbauer spectroscopy, we track hyperfire splitting into an isotope embedded in the target object. In the case of a star coffee mug, the creatures seem to have a weird affinity for them. If the mimic actually altered its atomic structure to duplicate the target object, then we would expect to be reading... Ah, yes, different time frame. That's one we've already read, I think. Ooh. Discredited and debated hypotheses. Hallucinogenic field. The mimics project a field that causes observers to think that they see the object. Transmutation. Mimic literally reconfigures its atoms and molecules while somehow maintaining its own subjective consciousness. And pocket dimension. Mimic swaps places with object in a parallel dimension, but stays connected via wormhole.
So, Manetric, when you say immune to their own chemicals, I think what you're getting at is that they have a immune reaction to their own chemicals. Those are a lot of cases for autoimmune disorders. For acute autoimmune disorders, a lot of the people who don't get immediate treatment tend to die within the first year or two of life.
Ha!
But,
Take that, mimic.
well, now's your chance to run in and smack it.
There is no entrance to this room.
Oh.
There is an entrance to this room. It's hidden behind this whiteboard on this side, and on the other side there is a there's a reel-to-reel. Emails. Time to place bets on how
Yes.
this actually works. My money is on number 2, obviously, out of those things that we just read on that whiteboard. After the last 6 months here, I'm going with 4. Magic. Dome Taker 3 Pilgrimage to Autocracy of the Domed arrived with my last drop. Let me know if you'd like a download. The caves are all handcrafted. Mystery Man. Does Lancetta ring any bells? Dr. Gus Lancetta, what if I told you he worked with us for a week? 1 week. The week before, the entire science staff had last quarter's neuromods removed. He left his badge in a locker. I had IT look up his account, and it had all been deleted, all but his credentials. Who the hell was he? That's concerning.
That's Mark. Anyways, you can get into that room, you know.
This room?
Yep. You can unlock the door behind it, and then you can just move or knock down the reel-to-reel.
I don't think I'm strong enough to, actually. I think the reel-to-reel requires an higher level of leverage.
You can always use other tools.
Oh god, this is the not a mimic room. I've been here before.
I take it you don't know enough about this game yet to be able to detect mimics without using a mimic detector, right?
Hello.
The box in front of you, did you smack that?
This one?
No,
This one.
to the right, that one.
Ha. Oh.
Was it that you miss it when it jumps right in front of you and then just turns into an object right under your nose?
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I don't see. It's the caster curse. This is something that is well documented.
So you're telling me to criticize you more. Got it.
No. Don't you.
Too late. Well, if you got enough leverage, you can just throw stuff at these guys. No jokes though, you can actually do that. Throwing stuff at enemies is very useful, especially in those guts corridors. It does damage, and you can use it to actually block enemies or to just generally harass them.
You waiting down there to immediately kill me? No. Good. Yes, you are.
Why do you always shoot the thing at that wall?
Because I'm trying to get up there because there's a thing up there.
Scan complete. New psionic aptitude available.
Let's just go. Let's just spawn a second one of
New
these.
operator.
All right, don't
TranStar
fly downstairs this time.
90 medic.
Diagnosing superficial injuries. Nothing a portable medical kit could handle.
You're really asking too much.
Hold still. This will only take a moment. There. All better. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
Stay in there.
Can't those guys open doors?
Probably can. All right.
Well, go down and make sure you get your loot.
I'm afraid to.
Why? Less afraid of running out of ammo?
Stuff is here.
Nope, that's too close. All right, I have it. All right. You, I am afraid. Oh.
No, you could have just made a stack going outward instead.
I mean, like I was kind of trying to do, making it go back this way.
Yeah, I thought it could. I could have sworn I seen others do it like that.
Nope, it bounces off.
Maybe I'm thinking a shadow complex.
Vital signs critical.
Huh.
Did you have fun?
Hi, Sanjay. No, I did not have fun. That was intense, and look at where all my health went.
There's a robot that give it all back to you.
Hi, Andrea. No, stop!
You didn't pick the bullets on Andrea.
That's not bullets, that's a test tube sample.
Oh. Grilled rabbit and put it in the recyclotron.
There isn't one in this area. I only have so much inventory space.
Are you using it for anything right now?
No, I'm not. No, I am not.
You can always throw the test tube out later if you don't have space.
That's not untrue.
Dr. Yu.
All right.
And you leave it anyways. What the hell?
I did get it. Where did you go?
I didn't see you get it.
Now who's the one who's not seeing
Again,
things?
Dr. Yu.
I also don't know how the game works, so
Diagnosing.
what's your
Looks
excuse?
like you've had a rough day. There. All memories. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
All right.
Hello.
Now, I'm going to continue to think that I haven't gone around that way, though I am going to. Quick save. Because I don't know when this game last auto-saved. And I've done a
Why don't you
significant
just do
amount.
Why don't you do a manual heart save every now and then?
I'm going to have to go with because I'm just... Because I like being able to just press one button. Are you the...
Scanning.
You are aware that I will not work any indolence of this type, right?
I am aware.
Go make a proper save now.
No.
Yes. Help yourself in the future.
Oh.
You probably didn't.
I take out the shotgun. Just blast them all at once.
I do not have enough shotgun shells to burn on
Wrench
mimics.
'em.
You know what, we're just gonna...
Turn around and go back to the thing that gave you the health.
No. There is a limit to how far I'm willing to walk on for these purposes.
So you're willing to retread the entire place instead?
I'm willing to have to try again and do better next time.
Nah, you're gonna want to go back. I think I know what part's coming up next. First, you'll want to put on... I mean, you can use that, or you can use your Nerf gun.
Oh yeah, the Nerf gun that I don't think I actually have in my inventory anymore right now. One of the few places where it would have been extremely useful. And yeah, I don't have it.
But yeah, no. With what's coming up next, you're gonna want that health back, so you should go back and get that health while enemies are mostly down. Mind you, it is up to you.
It is. But I will listen.
God. Or gods? Thank
Behold,
somebody, I guess.
action-packed walking gameplay.
Can't you run?
I am running.
Well,
This is
excuse me, but I didn't really
Maybe I can help you. Diagnosing superficial
got a few
injuries.
seconds of
Nothing
like.
affordable medical care can handle. Try to relax.
Also,
Oh,
you
yeah.
say that like this was a super far walk, but like this is nothing compared to some of the other games.
I didn't see you there.
Yeah, thank you for that, operator. I need to find an engineering operator. My suit doesn't exist.
What are you wearing?
The suit that doesn't exist.
Hello.
If it doesn't exist, then what you're wearing?
Look, I don't have a good explanation. I have 0 armor points, okay? I still have the
You
space
know, the
suit.
explanation I would have gone with is underwear.
I still have the spacesuit, but it is providing no actual defense.
Wait, so you got the morph points to try and slip through that tunnel, and
I
then
did
you're not
not
going
actually.
through
I
that
did
little...
not actually get those.
What, you need guns? Ammo? I saw one of them science types going to that armory. Saw him punching the code. You get me out of here. I'll let you have it. My name's Aaron. Aaron Ingram.
Hi.
Y'all really shit and fell backwards in it, huh?
Research complete.
All right. You're just a human. All right. Let's see. What is your volunteer record? Name redacted. Still, he's calling himself Aaron, so we'll go with that. Date of birth 1999. Gender male, race white. Admission date 3/11/33. So at the age of 34. Institution Camp 17, Siberia. Offense: human trafficking, kidnapping, solicitation of a minor, distribution of controlled substances, and fraudulent impersonation.
Hey.
You know,
What are
I
you
think impersonation is
A rap
generally
sheet, huh?
fraudulent.
Look, I'm telling you, on my mama's grave, that is a stack of lies meant to make pushing that button easier on you. Okay, fine, listen. I want to be honest. Some of it probably is true. I done some wrong in my days, but this ain't right now. Come on, y'all got to let me out of here. I
Ah,
never did anything to those kids. I was just getting them out of a bad spot, that's all. Now, the real criminals, they didn't like how I was chipping away at their pile of rubles. They got their claws sunk deep in the government. Got me shipped off to the gulag. That's how I ended up here, see? No reason to keep me locked up in here anymore.
excerpt from a manual detailing procedures in the extraction lab. Using the extraction workstation, complete the following steps in listed order while a volunteer test subject is present in the extraction chamber. Extract mimic from containment. Release mimic into material extraction chamber. When multiplication process is complete, extract exotic material. Process material and collect from dispenser tray. Immediately transport remains to the morgue. Well,
I know my life ain't worth 2 dead crickets, but nobody deserves this.
do we have any thoughts
Come
in the
on now,
chat
goddammit, let
for
me
what we
out.
should do? Because we can let him out. Simple as that. Door control, open it up, done. Presumably that gets us into the armory. We can also...
I can explain some stuff.
We can also go through exactly that same process that was listed there and get some exotic materials.
Those other
Very
fellas were
useful.
Russian. I speak a little, but as you can tell, I ain't from there. As you might have guessed, you know I used to be a reverend. Training for it anyways, until I got locked up. Behold, the wicked man conceives evil, is pregnant with mischief, and gives birth to lies. Does that sound like anybody you know?
And in theory, we could also just leave him
All you
here and
gotta
walk
do is
away.
open the door.
He actually does have something to say if you open up the armory before you come into this room.
That's delightful. How strong is the code on this? Only a 3? Alright, I'm not good enough at hacking to do that yet.
No, but the codes are the same every playthrough, so if you know what it is beforehand, then you can just punch it in anyways.
Oh, lovely.
It's like System Shock 2, the same idea. Where if you already know the codes, you can actually skip parts of the... You can skip a major reveal in System Shock 2 if you just know the codes beforehand.
Alright, so I have seen a few of the responses trickling by. There is at least one person saying, I mean, judging by what it says in this list, he might in fact deserve it. Other people saying let him go for various reasons. And he does make the point of... Does he sound like someone from Siberia?
What does someone from Siberia sound like?
Well, I'd assume they wouldn't have a southern drawl. I might be assuming wrong. That is also a point. Fraudulent impersonation. It could simply be a particular skill that he has.
I mean, I could explain some more stuff, or at least relating to this particular prisoner,
I don't mean to be a nuisance, but when do you think
if you
we'll
want me
get
to
to that
really kind of
breach?
spoil that for you. I don't
I'm
know
headed
about
out there
other,
as we speak.
apparently other prisoners
What
that
do you
you'll
think
encounter.
happened?
Hard to say until I lay eyes on it. Could be some micrometeoroids punched a hole. Rare, but it happens.
Okay, good. Hopefully it's just that.
Is there something you're not telling me?
No, of course not. It's just that storage room has classified exotic materials. We really can't have it be inaccessible.
Uh-huh. I understand.
Ah,
Well,
those are... There are mimics in there. You can see
Yep.
them sliding around. Lovely. But I can't, That is delightfully creepy. Yeah, I agree, dude. You know, this... Thing is, it wouldn't be hard for me to get into that room. That is not a thing that stands as a reward. It is entirely a question of... Are we enough of a monster to say, not only am I sentencing you to death personally, which, I mean, if the list of charges is accurate, not as much of a monster, but it's pretty awful to say, all right, you have to die by being ripped apart by a bunch of mimics. We've seen that happen to someone so far. It seemed pretty awful. And the only other alternative, really, Oh, there are cameras on us. Those cameras aren't on the person in the cell. Those are on the person who is right here pressing the button.
And break them.
No, I think that... Oh yeah, I can lean to the sides. I'm on a boat now. I think that makes my decision for me. I think that I am going to just decide that this has to be inaccurate. That they are not just grabbing people who are the worst of the worst from various prison camps. Because if that was what they were doing, why would they want all these cameras to be focused on the person who is pressing the button rather than the person who is part of what is allegedly an experiment as well as resource gaining?
Well,
Now that's what I'm talking about. Some human decency, friend.
so apparently there are other
You're the
prisoners
one person
game.
that showed me any real
This guy's the
kindness,
only
and
one
you
who
can
won't betray you
believe
at any
I
point,
won't forget it.
or isn't
If you still
apparently
want that
lying about
code,
it.
it's 8714.
Apparently the other ones are up in the air with whether or not they are truthful or lying. But this guy's always like not going to stab you in the back or anything.
Oh, well, that's good.
Hi, Radechi.
Hi, Radechi. Hi, Damien. Shotgun ammo. Ooh, silenced pistol fabrication plans. And shotgun shells fabrication plans! That's what I needed. Oh, that is definitely the upgrade that I needed. Ooh, a turret. Anything else in here? You know what? That'd be worth it just for the shotgun shell fabrication plans. Although I will note, if you had insisted that no, we should kill this person because of what they've done, there's nothing stopping me. I have a gun and more ammo than sense.
Yes, you can kill him here.
But I'm not going to do that. I believe we are doing well, Rodechi. And what's more, I believe that we may even be doing good. How do I get in here? No, they said it's locked. Is there a side entrance? Maybe I have to go this way. Local lockdown in effect. God's
Why don't you check consoles?
This one? These?
Like the computer consoles?
And the only one that actually is a computer console is this one, and that's for the, this guy. All of these ones are they're just set dressing. But I might come back this way later.
Is there anything in the cell?
No, it was just a cell.
Could have sworn there was a way to go forward through there.
And there was something to get to the guts, but which is where we're going. But there's a local lockdown in effect.
I was
As far as I
afraid of
know,
this.
he does kind of stands
The
there. I don't really know
scientists
what
here
else he
were in
does.
the middle of something when they died. Access to the guts is closed off during experiments. Security protocol. You'll have to finish what they started. Back in the 60s and 70s, the first research teams tried to communicate with the Typhon, but this proved impossible. Their cerebral structures are highly developed and intentional, but somehow unapproachable. They have no speech of their own, no language. They don't even seem to see us. Not like we see ourselves, I mean. I'm generalizing when I say us, of course. I'm not a person. Not like you.
Live exam procedure in progress. Local lockdown in effect until procedure terminates.
Well, that's delightful. Hi, Ruby. Don't know who that is. Ooh. Decrease the amount of time that it takes to... And you know what? We've got the space, so might as well put that in. Suit chipsets. Do we have anything we still needed? Those are equipped. Let's get our resistance to electrical damage.
Lots of customization you can do.
Oh, yeah.
It's real nice.
Alright, information. Lab procedure, Phantom Genesis. Experiment ID, live exam series, TG5013. Please ensure there is a cadaver in the enclosure and activate psychoscopes prior to opening containment cylinder.
Well, going to activate yours?
Yeah.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
All specimens required.
Hi, Aaron. Oh.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
Gonna scan that guy, or you already did?
Warning,
I already did.
examination theater compromised. Warning.
People are quick to project human features onto things they don't understand. The Typhon kill us without hesitation. But it's not because they're evil. It's because they can't do otherwise. You know what we discovered? They lack mirror neurons. All their wonderful abilities, there's one thing we can do that they can't. Empathize with the suffering of another living creature.
No, I need an engineering operator. That's the specific kind of operator I need. All right, down to the morgue.
Mayhaps the operators are on a lower level.
New sound aptitude available. Research complete.
Hello.
Inspecting.
Hi.
Your suit integrity is compromised.
Thank you.
Job done.
Yeah, no, that mimic did an incredibly well-timed bleep.
Hi, Mitsuko.
What is your health at? I can't see.
Yeah, no, my health is at, 20. I will immediately cease to exist if anything threatening comes anywhere close to me, yes.
Attitude adjustment required.
Ooh, an email. I'm an idiot. I'm indisposed, Damien. Kelstrup wants to discuss some urgent matter. The science operator lets itself into in the morgue by the half hour on the dot every day. Shadow it and slip in. Mod malfunctions. Remember how funny I found Alvin Broyles movies up until I had that second Combinatronics Neuromod installed? Now they can't seem to elicit even a chuckle. I'm not imagining this, am I? I did enjoy them, right? Haley isn't happy about it, ever since she's scrutinized my every move. How much hot sauce I use, where I put my shoes before bed. Shit, even my handwriting. You'd say you're still the same person you were before the mods went in, wouldn't you? Creepy. What?
Operator approach.
Yeah, by the way, there was a mimic thing that you didn't check. Oh, and there's another mimic thing that you didn't check. It's not dead yet, was the problem.
Yeah. Well. Alright, I'm gonna stop using this to check for mimics, because as much as it is definitely making life easier, it's making it easier in a boring way.
You're about to die.
I'm just gonna follow this guy for a bit. Yeah, Rodechi made the point. 20 health is 19 more health than I need. The only hit point that matters is the one between 2 and 0.
Unless you're playing Zelda, then having the most hit points as well is also important for your laser beams.
No.
Right
Turn around.
Inspecting. Your suit's leaking. I'll patch that for you.
Minatric, people have done no-hit runs of this game. On Nightmare. With the wrench only.
Alright, it doesn't want to go in there.
Coming through.
And you saw it said you have to wait half an hour.
I'm not going to wait half an hour to see how things turn out here. That is a little bit too long. We gotta give it one chance at making this pass. And it's going the wrong way entirely for that. Because as much as I love the intuitive puzzles of, no, yeah, they literally just told me what to do. Just follow the operator and I will get into that room that is full of treasure and I really want to get in it, and that's why I'm stalling for time. It doesn't make good television. Which is why, if it isn't going into the morgue right now, then we'll be heading upstairs.
Operator approach.
How dare you? How dare you get my hopes up?
Moving.
Did you check the morgue door?
Yeah, it just says that there's no access.
Can't hack it?
Nope. Keycard required.
Then the keycard should be somewhere nearby, no?
Not necessarily. Sometimes there is no keycard and it's just...
Well, I don't know. I have not enough experience with this game. You can hide around a corner and smack out the wrench, too. Or just mag dump it like a police officer.
I have so many bullets. What else am I supposed to do with them?
I mean, that's what you say now.
Eradicator
Then by the end of the game,
auto-turrets.
you won't have any. You'll be saying,
TranStar's
why did I
last-ditch
waste all
defense
those
against
bullets?
an outbreak. Flimsy, but they're easy to fabricate. Best part is the built-in psychoscope
That's how
tech.
these horror games always
They can
go.
discriminate between alien and human targets. Shouldn't be a problem for you, since you're not an alien.
Ah, yes, to the guts. Over we go. Oh god, there is the in-game clock that's been ticking away as we've been playing the game. I pointed that out in the first stream.
Maybe you should have listened to me.
Where are you going? You won't be able to use Alex's escape pod without... Wait, who are you? Please identify. Morgan, this is January. That operator was an earlier defective model, or something worse.
Okay, recycle the things that you
Alex, the Typhoon,
brought along for the purpose
they're
of
all
recycling.
working against you. Trust yourself. Trust the
Wonder if
video
we put the
you
entire
made.
shelf
We
in
need
there.
to get the arming keys and destroy Talos 1 before it's too late.
Who would note? There comes a time in every man's life when he looks toward the future. Our future... Laurel, would you do me the honor of accepting this proposition of affection and stupid... Laurel...
He never did give his girlfriend that ring.
No. The electrical fault is still an issue in subsection 19. When will the replacement electrical components be available so I can finally get this repair underway? You understand I cannot leave this subsection offline at all times, correct? Meanwhile, having to navigate around fan vents is not ideal. Parts are on the way. Alright, place items in the recycler. First off, transfer all junk. Now, is there anything else we want to put in there?
Nope, I transfer things like guns you aren't using.
I'm kind of using all the guns. I mean, I haven't really used the Q-beam, but that's because I'm saving it for an emergency. But I could... Typhon Lure is so useful.
Hey, don't worry about it. You can always come back.
Yeah. Are there any grenades that I don't think I'm going to be using?
The EMP charge is really good against those electric ones, which become a real pain.
And I'll only get rid of 3 of them because I have kind of a huge amount.
And wait till that comes back and bites us in the butt later.
Alright, I do need to find a fabricator at some point, though. Recycling is good for compacting my inventory down, but... Ooh, 0 gravity.
Microgravity detected.
Hi, Eric.
So if you have enough leverage, you can actually grab stuff in 0G and toss it around.
These tunnels run the entire length
Turns
of the
out this is
station.
actually very effective
Mostly
for dealing
conduit
with
carrying the bare
cystoids.
necessities: power, water, air. But operators also use it to deliver supplies
So if
from
you
the
can grab
cargo
stuff
bay
and carry
up
it
to the
around, might be a
Arboretum.
good idea
Given
to
the small
help
number
your
of crew
Typhon.
assigned here, I would expect Typhon presence to be minimal as well. but that's probably a bad assumption.
Moving. I'm right here.
Wait, searching for a ring?
Oh yeah, because that was the person who was writing all those notes. There was no ring. Hang on, hang on. I don't want us to be leaking oxygen. Oh, they didn't model that correctly. It's still leaking the oxygen through the glue. Well,
Good thing we have enough trees. At least you can make us stop leaking fire.
yeah. And I mean, fire burns oxygen, so in a way, it's like patching an oxygen leak.
Huh. So maybe if you set that leak on fire, we can finally patch it.
You know, I hate that that's actually a point.
Yep, video games.
Research complete.
Oh, good. Weaknesses? None.
Well, that's because it has basically 1 health point.
Scan complete. More
If it gets hurt, it dies, basically.
Research complete.
There we go.
So in case you didn't realize it, the nest continually produces cystoids. So you need to destroy the nest if you want the cystoids to stop showing up.
Got it.
It's better to treat the cystoids and cystoid nests more like obstacles than enemies.
Duly noted. What is irradiating me?
Radiation. Probably the coil that was down below you. Yeah, you see the thing glowing in the corner?
There.
You keep passing over the red thing.
I think those are just lights.
Could also be superheated.
Hello? Please open. Oh god, there's a lock. Ta-da! There was an 0415 password earlier on. Or 0451 password earlier.
I don't get it. What's the joke?
It's an in-joke for games of this style. Because it was a, Sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted by...
Oh, a Fahrenheit 451 reference. Okay.
You know, that might actually be, where it originally... where it all started from.
Yeah, okay, for the first doors, that's why. Might not work so much for a late game door here.
Yeah, it was one of the first doors that you can find that, might be the cystoid nests that are actually making this. Making the radiation. Although... I'm going to try something. You know what? It lured them away. I'll take it.
If you can destroy the nest, you might get exotic material. Or nothing, because cystoids aren't really worth much.
Inspecting. Your suit integrity is nominal.
Morgan, steady. That pulse hit your suit systems pretty hard. It came from the substation ahead. There's a magnetosphere around Talos 1 that keeps the sun from cooking your insides. Hopefully the generator isn't dying. For your sake, I'll be fine.
Hi, Raymond.
Normal gravity detected.
Ooh, medical bay. At this fire.
Warning, plasma shockwave imminent. Warning, seek shelter. Plasma shockwave in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's see if I'm
1.
understanding this right.
Langley,
Hey, what's the matter?
he's dead.
Whoa, what? Who's dead?
Anders, I tried to call security.
Do you need a medical team?
I said he's dead, Langley.
Right. Laurel, take a deep breath.
Hello.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anders went into the mag chamber to test one of the coils that's been flaking on us. I don't know what happened exactly, but there was a pulse. I think it cooked him in his suit.
God, I'm so sorry, Laurel. Can you get up to the Arboretum?
No, Anders had the key card.
Okay, got it. Listen, just sit tight. Don't go into that chamber. I'm gonna find Chief Elazar. We'll get a security team your way ASAP.
The Starbender Cycle, Book 2, My Enemy's Enemy's Enemy. As the Mordrak's scream flare crumpled to the ground in front of her, Mercy flexed her fingers. They ached from all the choking. Trevor rounded the corner behind her, Faye's pistol still smoking, the cries of the Mordax hot on his heels. Mercy grunted. I don't get it, Trevor. Why did you spring me from this kill prison? I've tried to off you like 7 times. Trevor replied between blasts of his pistol, because you're the only one who's come close to killing me. Another blast. You're the only one I can trust. We're going to steal the Starbender prism out from under Prince Argon's nose. Mercy could only smirk. Her fingers were feeling better already. Antonio Frolkla, star of the summer blockbuster Transgressions, did all his own death-defying stunts in the film. This eccentric A-lister has played the action star in a dozen films now, and after a long hiatus has returned in better form than ever. Witness Frolka swinging from a crane in our exclusive teaser clips online. Frolka has been seen cavorting with the stunning Cindy Sinclair. More in this edition. 10 celebs that defy aging. Vacation in space. 2031 Real Awards nominees. Gary Lee snubbed. Rising Stars interviews transgression newcomer Will Richson. Let's just hack into this. Oh, I don't like the layout of this hack.
Vital signs critical.
You know, there's a long list of hacking minigames that are in video games. This doesn't make the top of my list.
Make the top 10.
I don't think it makes the top 10.
Warning, plasma shockwave imminent.
Doesn't make the top 11.
I don't think it makes that either.
Warning, seek
And at
shelter.
12?
Plasma shockwave. Wave in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Warning, plasma shockwave imminent.
Oh, out we go.
Detected.
Warning, seek shelter. Plasma shockwave. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Microgravity detected.
Hello, Doctor.
Anything else I needed up here? That says supplies and it's tempting, but I think it's time to get out of here.
Warning, plasma shockwave imminent.
What chip did I get? Arctic's propulsion gen. Ah, increases the Artax propulsion system's glide speed. Useful.
Warning, seek shelter. Plasma shockwave in 5, 4, 3,
As long as you don't crash into anything.
2, 1.
Disintegrated circuit. Found new construction.
See, everything was fine.
This time.
Nothing to worry about.
Warning, plasma shockwave imminent.
All right, I am committing to a decision that I had been teasing earlier. But I have also specifically said it in in the the messages that I was telling people about. Hey, I'm about to start streaming. I'm installing a Typhon neuromod.
Warning,
The recycling neuromod, right?
Do this to you.
seek shelter. Plasma shockwave in 5,
How does it feel? Do you remember?
3,
The first time you said it was like you were outside yourself, like time itself had bent its knee, waiting for you to decide. You moved my chair without touching it. It gave me chills. The possibilities. You became something new that day. Something higher. I knew then, as I believe now, that our mission is to lift up all humanity in the same way.
warning, plasma shockwave imminent.
Requesting new operator.
And just like that, it was worth it.
Warning, seek shelter. Plasma shockwave in
Maybe I can help you.
5,
Diagnosis.
Cosmic power of turning into small objects.
Portable medical kit.
1.
This one.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Microgravity detected.
Hello, what's in here? What question mark? What is the question mark that I'm seeing? I'm sensing that something in the world has a health bar and I don't like it.
The plot twist is that you're looking into a mirror.
This note better not say not a mimic. Hope you like the flowers. Next time we meet down here, let's wait until we're out of microgravity before opening the champagne. Or not. Oh, how nice. And they're not going to be meeting out here again because, you know, the apocalypse kind of happened, but...
Well, an apocalypse happened.
Is that water being rendered in real time? That is a fascinating effect that I don't think they wanted anyone to look quite this closely at. But they still did a good job with it. They still did a good job with it. I'm like, I am genuinely impressed by this little floating blob of water. I would like to know how they did it. I totally didn't press the wrong button right there. It didn't happen.
Totally didn't.
Yeah. Oh, why would I ever do something like that? Ooh, a note. Cargo tunnel restricted access. C. Anders Klein, magnetosphere control room. I can see why access would be restricted. Okay. Yeah, just drift through drift through the spooky yellow stuff.
The entire Typhon ecology appears to be centered around the creation of this substance. The original researchers called it coral.
No.
Beautiful. But we're not sure what its purpose is. It's never spread outside the containment cylinder. Until now.
Oh, that's radioactive. Not going that way. Hi, engineering operator.
Your suit
Fix my
suffers some
armor.
wear and tear. I'll fix that. Job done.
I like how appropriately spooky the anti-gravity is.
I don't find it that spooky, but this game does a good job of tension.
Scan complete. Move satellite out of it.
I just feel like it is appropriate for something to be for something like being in 0G. That was the wrong button, but okay. You know what? I can melt it down later. Hi, Josh.
Hello, Lane. Josh? What the hell is this? I got a security request saying to... It's not funny, asshole.
You know what's not funny? Taking credit for my design.
That's what this is about? I'm senior on the Black Box project, Josh. That's how it works here. If you weren't such a piss-poor team player, you'd understand that. Oh, and by the way, I had to fix a bunch of your calculations, so it's not you... Seriously? You're recording this? What, is this a big sting operation, Josh? You gonna hand me over to the DA? You're so pathetic. I'm done here. Josh, what are you doing?
Let's just see how good my calculations are.
I swear to God, if you don't put that down, I will rip it out of your sweaty hands and... Josh!
The power plant has been compromised. I repeat, the power plant has been compromised. It's about time, Sam.
Chief, I'm not a comm tech. I'm doing the best I can.
Micah, this is Security Chief Elazar. Can you hear me?
Sarah? Yes, I can hear you.
Been trying to patch into the PA. My team's in the cargo bay, and those things are in here too. They're crawling all over the station. Check everything around you. Hit it with a wrench.
Check the wrench first.
Sam, he's right. These things... Smash every freestanding thing and see if it comes back at you. Get to a secure area, and when you're safe, call me via transcribe. I'm sending you a secure contact, all right?
Understood. I left my transcribe in the coolant monitoring station. Heading there now. I can log myself in.
Are you okay?
I'm just catching my breath. Sarah, can you tell me what happened?
Micah, get safe, then call.
So I believe that was a message about, one, there being survivors, immediately following the recording of someone saying, "Hi, you took credit for my design. I'm going to kill you for it." And recording themselves doing it.
Don't think they expected that to be recording.
And they directly called back. Had it called out. You're recording this?
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, they knew what they were doing. Idiots.
Hi, Alika. Ooh, TranStar Life employee profile. In this edition of TranStar's Life's Rising Star segment, we profile Harley Granger, a member of the Neuromod sales team who's currently stationed aboard Talos 1. We already read this one. Well, let's... I do like the environmental storytelling in this game. I like a lot of this game. This game is well made.
It looks like it. I haven't played it yet myself, though.
Oh, I look forward to when you do.
Happens that you'll hear nothing, and then suddenly you'll hear that I binged a game for like 6 days and beat it.
You made it. Nice work. The entrance to deep storage is off the Arboretum. Your brother's office is up here as well. Jupiter and his palace at the top of the heavens. You used to say that behind his back. But that would make you... what? Juno? No. That's an unpleasant thought.
Ah. How dare you? Alright, now, stun gun. The Disruptor Sun Gun will knock out human targets. Typhon are more resistant, but can still be temporarily stunned. Robotic devices can also be temporarily disabled and ultimately destroyed by the Disruptor. Oh! Oh good, human targets. As I was saying... Hi, Gia. Will you play the
Hans,
transcribe?
we need to talk about Annalise Gallegos.
That's it. Just, we need to talk about Annalise Gallegos. Okay. No, come back here. Transfer junk. There we are. Cycle. Oh, that's nice. Good. He didn't kill him. Just was threatening. All right. Now we have so many things that we can build. And we have a lot of resources with which to build them. So, first and just the single most important thing, where are my shotgun shells? Let's see. Yeah. How many does this get me? 12? Fantastic. I never want to run out of shotgun shells ever again.
Then you'll need to make sure you're collecting every bit of scrap that you find, eh?
Yeah, I kind of will. Let's, Let's make some neuromods. Which, I mean, being able to do this just like this kind of goes against the established lore of neuromods, but then again, you'd think that the established lore of neuromods says, hey, everything that you get, every kind of neuromod that you get is a pre-packaged skill that you just plug into your brain. It would be closer to the system used in Bioshock than the system used in Deus Ex. But we're just gonna accept it as is. Let's get us an extra
I think the idea is that you collect enough neuromods, group them together, and then you program them with your phone. So that's why, like, when you do the menu thing, you take the neuromods, and then when you use it from the menu, you then insert it into your eye.
That makes sense. Hey, you know what? I've got enough to make another one.
You know, this kind of stuff is why it's worth, like, if you know what you're doing, you can use a lot of those instead of, PSI abilities and use your PSI hypos to, you can stick the hypos in there and get some more exotic material, apparently.
That would probably be a wise decision, but I never committed to being the wisest. What?
Morgan, are you all right? That
You don't have to
Typhon,
commit to being
there's nothing
wise
in the
to
research.
avoid being stupid.
Stay away from it.
Hi, Mark.
While you're up there, you could look into why the lift is stuck.
When you
It'd be
say
a
it
lot
like that,
faster
it makes me think
and
of a
safer
certain
than
film.
having to fly through the guts again.
Could you repeat that?
When you say Mark like that, it makes me think of a certain film.
Oh, hi, Mark. Ooh. This place is nice. Formula testing approved. Entry 165. I've managed to reduce the growth time to around 10 minutes per fruit. It's remarkable to see them sprout from practically nothing and grow to an edible size and ripeness before my very eyes. More importantly, I finally obtained clearance for a wider range of testing of the growth formula from Dr. Kelstrup. All that's left is actually fabricating it and then inserting it into the sprinkler system. I'm keeping the fabrication plan on my person, as I have no doubt others would love to claim credit for it. Let's see. Ooh, head kit. You know what? Hello there. I saw you jump. I wanted that med kit. Julian stopped by, and while you were out, you were out. FYI, reviewed your lab notes. Plants pose no health risk. You should be G to G in the Arboretum. Good to go. Russian Lennies. Let's eat a ridiculous amount of food.
You want to feel like a dragonborn by the time this is done?
All right, the fact that there are these hiding places in the middle of this heavily forested area has me concerned. Oh, but that's pretty though.
What's pretty?
It's space. Just walking in through this area and being like, yeah, no, you can just see the cold, dark vacuum of space and also Earth right over there.
Yeah, there's a reason why space has fascinated our ancestors. And why it still continues to fascinate people to this day.
Hi, Edna. Hey, let me in.
They won't stop hunting you.
Oh.
Not to the finish. Something's coming.
That's a concerning sentence.
What is?
Whoever was inside there saying something to the effect of, "They won't stop." Complete with voice distorting in ways that I can't quite copy.
Hey! Hey, over here! Open this door! Please!
No password found. I'm sorry, dude. Can I not do this through the... Right, well, it's time to install some neuromods. I don't need to increase this.
Recycling mod.
I'm fully aware. You want me to take materials expert. It's very important that I take materials expert. Increase the recycling yield by 20%. It's gonna be useful going forward because this game is long enough to actually make that a really worthwhile thing. Okay.
You're already discovering with the advent of your shotgun shells that it is incredibly valuable.
I mean, I made a lot of shotgun shells without needing that, but also we're going for the next level of hacking.
It also will give you more neuromods, I think.
wonder if this plays better with the controller.
Scan complete. More specimens required. Scan complete. More specimens required.
Don't worry, that's a stun gun, evidently. Oh. Or it just attacked them. And it does not care. Okay. Null wave transmitter.
The gun you're holding is actually pretty good, but if they're electrical or stuff, it don't really... You did scan this thing, right?
Yeah.
Is it weak to pain?
It is immune to backlash, but its weakness is fire, explosive, and null wave. And I don't exactly have fire. But you know what? Maybe you can be glued.
Okay, but why?
To knock it out of the sky. Where did you get back here?
Suit integrity damaged.
I can almost hear the Looney Tunes music.
Genuinely could not aim up enough. Yes, thank you for the call.
Science is about...
Hey, over here!
Isn't
Open
even
this
about
door!
why... Or isn't even about why not. It's literally just about, can we? And then realizing that somebody else is going to make that a very big problem.
Did I have a weapon upgrade kit?
So really, a lot of science is about disappointment.
Please!
Locked doors to the greenhouse, but this one flies. We won't have long before it figures out the roof isn't covered. 5 minutes ago, Edna tried taking it into the greenhouse before it took her over. She won't stop screaming, yelling at us to stay back. If we kill the floating thing that's infected her, maybe we can save her. If you find this note, please help kill it before we... kill it. Alright, hacking minigame again. No, no!
On a scale of yes to no, how would you rate your experience?
This enemy is annoying.
I'll rate that as a maybe.
Oh god, that's right. I need to...
Need to what?
I need to rescan it.
Scanning. 4 specimens required. Vital signs critical.
Okay, you scanned it?
I did scan it.
Now what?
This isn't the first time a Typhon organism has broken containment. It happened before, shortly after your initial neuromod tests. You and Alex fought about terminating the project, evacuating, but Alex insisted he could control the situation. That's when you began implementing secret contingencies, hiding the plan for your arming key, videos, the January protocol. Your concerns have proven to be correct.
Typhon contaminant found.
I have no idea where the thing's corpse ultimately fell. Alright, I got your corpse. Seemed like it was somewhere over here.
Warning, suit integrity damaged.
You'll definitely want to find it. You spent a lot of stuff trying to kill it. But I want some spoils from that. After all, if you can't loot the corpse, then what's the point of all this pointless violence?
And the point was to save all the people that were in this room. And one of them may have followed me out after I had tried to stun the thing and gotten killed by the shockwave. Oh. He's a corpse.
Worth it?
Look, in this house, we do not condone mind control.
You make it so hard.
Ooh, is that that's a weapon upgrade kit. Worth it. A water pressure regulator. I don't know what that's going to be useful for, but it's going to be useful for something, even if it's just scrap.
It's a useful emergency snack, too.
Elaborate.
What part of emergency and snack did you not understand?
How a metal... how a metal valve could be one.
Alright, I'm the demon of contracts. I had the foresight to write in that I can eat basically anything I need to whenever I need to.
Oh. Delightful.
Of course, then I later negotiated not having to eat at all, so... handy little thing to have in a pinch, but I don't think I'll ever be in that kind of a pinch.
Who are you negotiating this with?
You've heard about the laws of physics, right?
Physics does not negotiate.
Yeah, not anymore. After what I did.
Give me a science operator.
You know, if you have questions, I'm right here.
TranStar, Civil, floor 9.
Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your mental resources operate. This should help. You should feel more alert.
Alright, now. I will be away from this computer for just a moment or three. I will be right back. By all means, Agnipathy, entertain while I'm away.
I'm very tempted to just not say anything the entire time. But I've already ruined it by saying something now. And I also don't know what to actually say. So how about all you? How are you enjoying this stream so far? Of who? True news? A human heart and a pile of salt. Must have been a League player.
Alright, what did I miss?
In Tennessee, they found somebody who played League of Legends.
Still? Wow.
Oh yeah, Wendy here said, what was it? They found a human heart in a pile of salt at the Department of Transportation.
Yeah.
So they found a League player.
That's not inaccurate.
I mean, if you try to play League of Legends with any one person who is not a friend, then you are probably salt incarnate. And also, you should take that shotgun and throw it in the recycler.
Oh, the recycler's far away. Oh wait, this is where I came out of that other place.
I'm sorry, I don't think I made myself clear.
Oh, I think I made myself perfectly clear.
Yeah, I don't think I did. Get all the junk, throw it into junk heap.
Hi, Jenny.
This is a survival horror game. The survival part comes from scrounging every single scrap of anything that you find. See, look, they have the right idea. They're running off to get anything they can get their little grubby paws on.
Get back here.
See, the mimics know how to play survival horror.
More specimens required.
Delightful that the greater mimics aren't affected by the shows you what's it shows you what is a Typhon scan.
Yeah, you need a higher level of that thing. I think at the highest level, you just take a look and you see immediately without having to scan. But again, I've not played. But apparently, yeah, they found this human heart. It's like, looks like a rock, and then apparently, no, that's an actual heart.
Delightful.
So, have they done any DNA analyzing on it? Or is this just kind of a, Well, we have no idea what the hell this is, so we're just going to pretend it didn't happen. So to be fair, something being... So they found a human heart. I'm going to guess the reason why it's newsworthy is either because it was in the salt, or because they can't figure out who it belongs to. An adult male human heart. That's... cool. Narrows it down to about 4 billion possible people.
Specimens required.
Guess it can knock off like a 10 or 20, or however many living people that you know. That also happen to be male. Actually, no, living doesn't count because you can have your heart removed and still be alive. Do some neat stuff with transplants nowadays. Actually, not just transplants. They use some really cool stuff with prosthetics as well. I mean, you think they would, but then you have these people with heart pumps in their chest, and you don't know unless they tell you. Which usually happens when you say, you know, let's go swimming. Of course, the weird part is finding the heart just in a pile of salt. Which... why? No, so I believe the way Kingdom Hearts works is that Heartless have bodies and souls, but no... Heartless are just hearts, but they have no bodies or souls. Except it's not true, because Kingdom Hearts is weird and doesn't follow its own lore, and... I don't think that guy could write his way out of a wet paper bag, but... I guess I like to appeal to a slightly higher denominator? Who would go all that way to a salt storage site? Somebody who works at a salt storage site? I'm going to guess that the first people who will be interviewed are people who work there. But the big question is, if you're removing an organ and you're trying to hide it somewhere, like, first of all, hiding it in a pile of salt is a very good way to make sure that somebody will eventually find it. Because, I think most people know that salt generally is a pretty good, preservative kind of thing. If you want it to go away, you'd, like, hide it in a dump or, you know... Actually, the best place to hide, you know, human body parts would be at a butcher shop. Just toss it in with all the other, gristle and stuff that's just thrown away.
Ooh, we get the area map.
Ain't nobody gonna check to think that. It's like, of course there are body parts there. What'd you expect? Especially if they're bloody. Nobody would know if, you know, these bloody body parts are not animals. Like, I'm not even thinking about, like, selling it to someone at a butcher shop, but you just toss it in the refuse pile and ain't nobody gonna think to check that because it's already full of blood and body parts. Did you want to read this?
Oh, I am going to read this. I didn't want to interrupt, but I do love this little bit of, hey, what if we are an alternate history for an alternate history? In 1964, President Kennedy turned his back on American interventionism, but what if America had stood up for its allies in Vietnam? Would communism still reign in the East? Would the Iron Curtain have fallen? Renowned political commentator Lance B. Jenkins weaves a gripping alternative account on the days following the Gulf of Tonkin incident and what might have been if America had gone to war in 1964.
We are the alternate history of somebody else's alternate history.
Indeed. You know what? I'm not going down there just yet.
Yeah. The most baffling part is, you know, hiding it in a pile of salt. The only way I could think that would need anything is if the road clearing company is in with some sort of mobster, and this is supposed to send a message. And that's like the only way I think it would make any sense, because otherwise you'd have to be some kind of special foolish to think that's a good way to hide something. Hide a body part. Especially a heart. Like, it wouldn't be near... People would not raise nearly as much of a fuss if it was, like, just a hand or a foot or something, because then it could be brushed off as injury at a plant and somebody lost a limb. You know, but, like, pulling out a whole heart with nothing else attached to it is where things become, like... Somebody had to pull this out of somebody else? Even if you didn't, like, it's still even if it's, like, waste... Like it's a heart that can't be used, that's been removed by a coroner or something. Like, why did you just take that out and just toss it in a pile of salt? Like, at the end of the day, the worst part about this is that it is confusing. Why would you do this?
Surely.
If you're going to commit a crime, why would you go to such a length? Why would you do that to make sure that somebody could... You see, this is why they need to make sure that we teach STEM classes in school, so people know where to dispose their bodies.
I'm not sure if that's the reason, but okay.
Consider it a benefit. Yeah, some criminals do, but we want smart criminals who know better than to do this stuff out in the open. And if they're going to do it in such a way that the rest of us can still sleep at night.
Okay.
And yes, I was thinking of the Temple of Doom too.
You know, every time I see these areas with all these just random bits of fire sitting around,
it really makes you appreciate that we have government-funded fire departments, doesn't it?
God, I love Looking Glass.
Proximity sensor reset.
Just the fact that you can look out of it this way and just see into this area. But then when you go through it the other way...
Scanning target error.
This.
Insufficient Typhon material found. Standing down.
Yeah, no, they had a lot of... It seems like they had a lot of fun playing with the way viewports and stuff work. Because, like, what you're seeing there is you're basically seeing the render port zoom completely into a different area in the map.
That's a clever way to do it.
It's a fully 3D area on the map, but you've got, like... And that portal there basically warps to that area. And they use a one-sided geometry to let you walk in that way. It's how a lot of this world kind of stuff works in other video games too. It's like little quirks of the engine that it can use to conceptualize hyperdimensional space. So in that case, like, that would be kind of how living in a four-dimensional space would be like.
That is a clever way to handle it.
Yeah. They've actually do this for quite a while. It's similar to how they do reflections, where a reflection is actually just the whole scene rendered mirrored beneath it with just a transparent floor.
That Typhon is an unknown type. From what I can tell,
for those ones, it's a similar thing. You'll have a scene that's fully rendered elsewhere, and you have your glass texture that looks into that, but it's also a barrier, so you can't actually step through it. And the way to set up is so that when you smash it, only the plane renders it. So it's really cool, and I'm really bad at explaining it. but these things do a lot to help us understand how higher dimensional math works, and it's cool. For a second there, I thought you were just rolling on the ground for some reason, and I did not realize you were dead.
That Typhon is an unknown type. From what I can tell,
I was genuinely going to ask what kind of technique is
it's the
this.
source of the problem with the lift. The Phantom you unleashed in
I was having a Metal
Psychotronics
Gear
had similar
moment, you see.
disruptive abilities, only this one seems more powerful. Scanning it would tell you more.
You know, when nobody's responding to me, I feel like my mic is muted.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just...
More specimens required.
Sometimes I worry that I've been talking for an hour and I've not unmuted my mic. Which happens a lot more than I would like to admit.
Operator approach.
Or I think it happens to anyone a lot more than I'd like to admit, but... You know, if you get your hacking high enough, you can actually hack the... what are those machines called?
Nice work. The
The
lift is responding
corrupted
again. That Typhon hijacked the hardware.
operators?
Even the software running
That's
the
it.
system.
You can hack
all
those
the way
and
down.
pacify them with
The
your
machine
hack
code,
skill.
reprogramming it on the
You
fly.
can freeze them up with your glue and
Fascinating.
then hack them.
And alarming. I can
Provided you
patch
have
up
a
the
high enough
code.
hack skill to...
I have a high enough hack skill. I have a high enough hack skill, assuming that it doesn't give me one of the extremely hard mini games.
Take the
You know,
lift
you
if
could have
need
just
to.
gone around the long way, right?
Honestly, that I have timed it. That takes longer than the amount of time that the game gives you.
I know that in
Close
some
one.
of the speedruns I watch,
It has
they
to
just
stop in the lobby
open up the
and
hack
down at
minigame,
life
it
support.
finishes instantly. I have no idea what they do.
Scan complete. New psionic aptitude available.
Surgical intervention.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
It's corrupted, but it's the blue I think means that it's not going to hurt you.
All systems operational. Thank you. Inspecting. Your suit's leaking.
Oh no, I have no clue. I'm guessing, okay? I'm doing my best.
It is okay. All right, I need to look through some of these other
Expand
types.
your inventory space somehow?
Yeah, you need to use a specific neuromod in, I think it's this tree.
Because I know that when we watch...
when you
I know that
watched.
when we watch... Well, when I watched Kaz play, he had full inventory slots from, like, the beginning almost.
Yeah, you need to go down the, is it this one, or is it a different one?
No, that's your suit, it looks like. That's chipsets, yeah. It might be the top one.
Neuromod related stuff. And that's just throwing stuff further. And forcing unpowered doors.
Security? Energy? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, no. Suit modification 3, upgrade your uniform with extra inventory space.
Okay.
This is the
I
path
couldn't
that
see that because your ears are in the way.
Are they now? I'm looking at my own stream and I don't think my ears are blocking it.
I saw what you did.
Alright. Kinetic Blast deals up to 50 damage and pushes target away. That's not useful. But 100 damage is. That's stronger than my shotgun blasts. And I
Yeah, you just have to be good at timing it. And if you can find one of those operators that helps with your mental health, then they can keep restoring it and can use it as an easy way to grind out some stuff as long as you can kill them with just your psi abilities.
Yeah.
So I think it can be helpful, especially if you're struggling at any point.
Let's see, Electrostatic Blast Deals damage within range of the target area. Stuns biological and robotic targets. So that's a useful thing. Absorb all electrical damage, or part of electrical damage, as side points. Useful.
Is it active or passive?
That's passive. Take 50% less damage from electrical attacks and hazards and negate stun for the first level of it. And if I upgrade that more, absorb 50% of all electrical damage as psi points. More if I've already got 1 point in because Mimic is useful.
Apparently, you can use that to get yourself up and slip through the spaces in between larger objects so you can avoid having to upgrade your leverage.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Of course, Cassie found out there's one spot where you kind of do need some leverage, which made them very upset.
Straight up regenerate health after taking immediately after taking damage. That can help.
It takes a few seconds to kick in, I believe.
Yeah.
But like, as long as you can like take a hit and then not get smacked again, it lets you just keep yourself alive. Mind you, it's a 10-point regen now for something that can do like 30 or if it gets you. So it's a good mod to help you lessen the impact of getting hit. But if you're confident in your ability to not get hit or not get damaged excessively, it loses some of its use. Ah, yes, the Mind Jack one. That's the Pokemon battle skill.
That's a lovely description of it.
There was a similar ability in System Shock 2, and when I watched Fabuch play through the game, he edited it to be a Pokemon battle when he used it.
Lovely.
It was amazing. It still feels bizarre to me that that was like 8 years ago now.
Moving. I think the patient would benefit from a removal. Don't you?
Hi, Hendrik.
I'm upset that that wasn't his last name because they could have made his last. If his last name was Hendrik, then his first name could have been Jimmy.
Abnormalities.
Oh, but that would have been a lawsuit, huh?
Operator approach.
Alright. All of these different places that I can go now. Fantastic.
How are all y'all in chat doing right now? You having fun watching? Have we missed anything?
Oh, almost certainly.
Have we missed anything that we really should turn around and look for? Carrying a shitpost for what? Oh. Something you might want to remember.
Mm-hmm.
The turrets attack Typhon material, remember?
Yes, that's why I hacked those specific ones.
Well, that includes you if you have enough neuromods installed. So just keep that in mind that when you walk past a turret, if you have installed enough Typhon mods, they might start aiming at you too.
Yep. Place items in the bid. Transfer all this junk. You know what?
That seems like an important item if it's crossed out like that.
Yeah.
What? You're getting rid of your cookies?
Yeah, it's biological material. This stuff is medkits.
How could you? You're getting rid of all your delicious health. All your delicious food.
Alright, I can't move those in this menu. And watch it go away! Ah!
You notice it's more you suffering than me because I don't eat, right?
Look at this delightful pile of organic material. Doesn't it look appetizing?
Now, I could make some statements that would make this seem significantly more undesirable, but I would also be significantly more crass, and I'm better than that. I do like when you plug them in, you can actually see them stick into those slots.
Yeah. Alright, that's as many neuromods as I can make. Do I need more shotgun shells? How many do I have? 27?
And what about your med kits?
Oh, I've got plenty of medkits, and even if I didn't, I can't make more of them because I don't have quite enough biological. As it turns out, I should have dissolved more cookies.
You know what that means? Time to go scrounge.
Is this fully loaded? Yes.
I can imagine a lot of these places would actually be very nice to explore if it weren't for all the horror.
Yeah. Now that's the way that I need to go. Down there. Oh, hey, what
Kind of like how the recreation deck in System Shock 2 seems not so bad, and then you get to the park, and it is the most horrible place.
Hey, Neuromod. Ooh, what's this note? Check phosphate levels of plants in Quadrant 2. Reduce sprinkler cycle by 5 minutes. See if Dr. Howard's experimental plants need water. Dr. Howard changed the greenhouse password to Xenopod 1.
Clever.
Hi, Iris. I know I have a weapon upgrade kit. I can't use it yet.
Why not?
Because the thing that I want to upgrade, the weapon I want to upgrade is this shotgun, and I have upgraded it as fully as I can without getting a new skill, a new neuromod. Shotgun ammo for me. And it's
Hey,
second
the
shotgun shells back.
recycler was pretty close, so you can grab the shotgun too.
Yeah.
Grab all the guns and recycle them, so that you can possibly make more guns or even more stuff.
Ooh, a dinner menu. We could get an oyster omelet with jam and tomatoes.
No thanks.
Char grilled
I
Siska.
don't.
You don't want charred grilled Sisker eel and lemongrass and turmeric?
No, eels are cute. I don't want to eat them.
Matelot in a seasoned wine sauce.
What?
Moonshade lemon capellini with austera caviar.
Okay, caviar is just salty. I don't like that.
And you probably don't want the pasta with beans and lightly fried sunburst bananas.
That might actually be better.
It might, depending on what they made the pasta out of.
Well, the bananas actually can be surprisingly nice when you...
Mixed green salad with Sky King pomegranate seeds and pecans.
Okay, go on.
The spicy jam and tomato stew. Moonshade lemon meringue pie. And Methuselah apple fritters.
Yeah, I can't help myself around desserts. It's bad for me.
Unfortunately, what's worse for us is that door is closed.
But I'm not big on eating bivalves kind of thing, like clams or oysters. Really, clam chowder is like the only real way I can eat anything like a clam or an oyster. And I have not found a clam chowder that I can eat without getting poisoned, so... It turns out I'm very safe from fattening soups now.
Hooray!
Look, you gotta take the good where you can get it.
That's a really hefty lock they have on that.
Yeah, I mean, you can always just look on the internet and find the passcode.
I mean, I could, but where's the showmanship in that?
I kind of like the idea that looking up online is an in-universe thing, so like you have this huge complex that's super secure, but anybody with Google can break through anything. The only thing that keeps it secure is that there's also an army of people with guns. Which, as it turns out, is a very good way of keeping things secure. Just look at any nuclear waste disposal plant.
Go down to the bridge.
Yeah, I tend to avoid chefs who want to kill me. You can't exactly help it when gluten products are in basically everything in the Western Hemisphere. But you can do your best. Thankfully, I don't have full-blown celiac disease. I just have enough to make my life miserable, but not enough to kill me. As it turns out, it's very hard for me to die. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that, but I will continue to spite everyone as much as I can. Well, you don't need to worry, I'll be here for a very long time.
Scan complete. New psionic aptitude available.
You know what? I have a weapon just for y'all.
The EMP? Oh yeah, recycler charge works too. Did you intend to do that?
The one that I latched onto the thing? No. I very much did not intend to have one of them latch onto a, Ow. Stop.
Make sure you scrounge that you get every penny out of those recycler bombs that you used.
Yeah. And there's nothing on the ground here where I used it, and it looks like there's nothing over here. So nothing was afflicted by it.
You know what that means?
Good
Dive
afternoon,
into the
Talos.
shrubbery.
Join us in congratulating Dr. Lorenzo Calvino, winner of the Employee Innovation Award this quarter.
You aren't diving into the shrubbery.
Good job, Lauren.
What?
Yeah, the voice came over the intercom saying to join us in congratulating Lauren Alice Alvino, Employee Innovation. It's baseball. But also, who puts statues like that on the outside of your ship? The Imperium of Man does. I know my Warhammer 40k, but like...
Damn it, you're supposed to let me say something like that. God, this is Dracula's space station, I guess.
No, he set up a moon base.
If you can set up a moon base, you can set up a space station. He's always been a few years ahead of his time.
I mean, he did. That's the thing. He set up a space station, but then he crashed it into the moon to make the moon base.
Don't worry, he's got another space station as well. Always in case. Always have a backup for your backup.
Ivy, what is it?
How's it coming?
I can't get this damn thing open. Where's Danielle?
Still not answering. What's wrong?
Danielle tied the lock to her voice. We need her to speak the key phrase or we're not getting in here.
Would voice samples work? Transcribe recordings?
Yes, if they have the right words. Or if we gathered enough to map her voice to a consonant and vowel list and started running patterns.
I'll see if I can find her. Or her transcribe. I'll check her room first.
All right, Ivy, but look, don't do anything stupid. Ivy? Ivy? Shit. Damn it, Danielle, where are you?
That's a delightful treasure map, Harden Baffle.
No, say the whole name.
Voice identification.
It's unlikely Chief Show is still alive.
But also, it's likely
I
a
advise
lobby
you follow
somewhere.
Zachary West's strategy. Hack together
Possibly
voice
this one.
samples. Your transcribe is equipped with the necessary software. It's how you made my voice. Danielle's cabin might be a good place to get started.
Alright, out to space we go.
Microgravity detected.
I hate that every time I see a scene like this.
Morgan, I've been wondering if it might be bothering you that you planned your own death. It's a lot to swallow. My advice would be, try not to think about the end. Focus on what's in front of you, one step at a time. I'm here, if you need help.
Okay, every time I walk out into an area that is very clearly space, and I've got just a shotgun in front of me or something, the same wise words from the movie Armageddon come rushing back into my mind.
Armageddon?
Yes, a movie about an asteroid that's about to hit the Earth, and we send a bunch of people into space to stop it.
Is that the movie where they had the idea that it'd be more realistic to train a bunch of drillers to be astronauts than a bunch of astronauts to be drillers?
Yes.
That was a dumb movie.
It was a dumb movie, but it had probably the smartest line that I have ever heard in such a dumb movie, and that is, with genuine concern, what are you doing with a gun in space?
Yet another questionable design in the movie. Yeah, Pegasine, that is pretty normal for when you're working underneath someone else who doesn't seem to know what they want. I imagine it does slightly rustle my jimmy, so somebody says, this commission's perfect, but change something. And then ask me like to do one thing at a time as opposed to all at once. And I can understand that, and I can't imagine how miserable it'd be if that was your whole job. I was like, I do get a little annoyed, but I understand that people ain't perfect. But sometimes you want to throttle a person for it.
Oh, I remember this place where it was like, yeah, there's a billion exotic materials in there, but we can't get in. That's where I'm going back to.
Have you considered a crowbar?
No, I have a wrench. This isn't Half-Life. I'm not playing Half-Life yet. You stop that.
Welcome. Maybe I can
mean,
help you.
a paycheck is a pretty good reason to not punch your boss. There's a lot of people out there whose only reasons for not brutalizing their superior in a workplace is purely for financial incentive.
Please, hold still. This will only take a moment. There. All better.
And a lot of those superiors would entirely deserve it. But we aren't supposed to engage in violence. Mind you, it's not that violence isn't the answer. It's the last answer. It's never the first answer. But if violence is the only language they'll understand, then you gotta speak in violence. That's how I can be a pacifist and still punch somebody in the face if I need to. Isn't that right?
Ta-da!
Isn't that right? You didn't hear anything I said, did you?
I did hear anything you said. I was also kind of panicking.
Well, if you're panicking, why don't you ask for help?
I am afraid that you are a little far away to be providing up to the Hi, you still here? Just
I can still heckle you.
Listen, you run into any other fellas wearing a green jumpsuit? Watch your ass. Well, they ain't all decent human beings like me.
You know what? Fair enough. Oh, that's why he left.
Why did he leave?
There's a phantom in here.
Yeah. Yes. The reason why I was confused that you didn't go down there earlier is because when I watched Kazi play through this, they went down there quite early. And, you don't know what it is, but something has got me sneezing a lot this evening.
That's right, you better run.
How do you know it's not running away just to call its friends to beat you up?
Typhon don't have friends. We've established this. They lack mirror neurons.
They lack mirror neurons, but do they lack the ability to call for help when they're getting their tails kicked?
That is ostensibly part of what it means to lack mirror neurons, according to how they've set this up. Is it good science? I don't know. I'm not the sciencist in the room.
You are aware that I am not a scientist either, right?
You know a little bit too much about science for me to believe that.
Let me see what, Okay, so here's a quick description. Mirror neuron is a neuron that fires both when an animal acts and when the animal observes the same action performed by another. Thus, the neuron mirrors the behavior of the other as though the observer were itself acting. Such neurons have been directly observed in human and primate species and in birds. In humans, brain activity consistent with that of mirror neurons has been found in the premotor cortex, the supplementary motor area, the primary somatosensory cortex, and the inferior parietal cortex. Huh. That explains a lot. The function of the mirror system in humans is a subject of much speculation. Birds have been shown to have imitative resonance behaviors, and neurological evidence suggests prints of some form of mirroring system. To date, no widely accepted neural or computational models have been put forth to describe how mirror neuron actively supports cognitive functions. The subject of mirror neurons continues to generate intense debate. In 2014, the Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society be published a special issue devoted entirely to mirror neuron research. Some researchers speculate that mirror systems may simulate observed actions, and thus contribute to theory of mind skills, while others relate mirror neurons to language abilities.
All right,
Let's see.
two things. One is at some point I'm going in the future. There's an image that Manectric has made that I'm going to have to pull onto the stream, but it is just a little bit too much of a hassle for me to be able to do it tonight, with how little time we have left. The other thing that I want to point out is this sign on this wall right here, which says Aaron Ingram, and he looks an awful lot like that guy that we helped out of that room. Quote, I volunteered with TranStar to advance humanity's scientific knowledge, and now I'm on my way back home. All graduates of TranStar's volunteer program have their slates wiped clean and are reintegrated into society back on Earth. So we're not just helping science, we're getting a second chance. I'm willing to accept that this isn't just we only had like 3 models for faces, that this is actually supposed to be that same guy.
Well, this is art.
Well, it is art of the same guy. Probably just took a picture
The thing
of
is,
the
like,
models.
they could have tweaked the model a bit more to make it more distinct.
Yeah,
if
so
they didn't want it to be this guy, but they also has the same name he claims to have.
Yeah, so same name, which he could just be using that name because I need a name that isn't my own in case they have it in the system there. But same face, it's pretty believable. And using that as advertisement of, yeah, no, I'm done with my stint here. I got my second chance, and he's literally in the testing chamber of we're going to kill them. Yeah, no,
I did my time. I'm taking my second chance. Meanwhile, he's sitting in death row.
Yeah, you know what? Just because of that sign right there on that wall, even if he was as awful as as they claimed, well, I'd still feel pretty fucking upset about it then. But
you'd feel significantly less upset.
Yeah, just out of spite.
I mean, there's a reason why are more advanced. Not more advanced, I guess, why most of the first world has done away with the death penalty.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Alright, dude, good luck.
But also, in video games, they tend to go out of their way to make things look a lot more...
Dr. Yu.
They go out of the way to make characters look more distinct and stuff like that because they know that video game players are not the kind of people that are, in forensic sciences and can look at this kind of stuff and determine that somebody's different because of the height of their cheekbones being slightly off. So, like, if they wanted to say, Aaron was stealing the identity, then they would have made him look significantly more distinct. Like, he would have looked close enough to say you could mistake him, but you're playing a video game, they would have made it some different enough that...
You really couldn't mistake him.
Yeah, like, it's close enough that you could not mistake him. Yeah, a second chance to be hugged by mimics. And this is why there are no ethical billionaires. Right, Somni?
I don't think that this is specifically the reason. I mean, this is still ultimately a video game, but I'm not disagreeing with you. Genuinely scared of my own shadow for a moment. Lovely.
I'm starting to wonder if I should make you play System Shock 2 then. That might be too much for your poor heart to handle. Even if half the enemies do look like beef jerky. It's very scary beef jerky.
All right, where's my operator? That better not be you. No, that's just an oxygen canister. You
Hello,
somehow
are you
wander
here
in
for an
here.
appointment?
You did somehow wander in here. What are you doing?
Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. This won't take long. All done. Please fill out a patient experience questionnaire so I can serve you better next time.
Like, were you trying to do a checkup on
My mistake.
on poor Evan? Cause like,
Hey, since you're back here and your inventory's more empty, you should check and see what you can,
oh, all right. I will pick up everything that is gross and squishy on these countertops.
You'll pick up everything that's not nailed to the floor. And then you'll take the nails. You're in a bit theater. Channel, you're in a thief.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
God, it all makes a disgusting squish noise. We're going back to space. Gonna get closer to our main objective, and then probably gonna call it a night because it is getting very close to our usual end time.
Microgravity detected.
Multiple objectives that away. All right. Oh, hull breach in the hardware labs. This one might be harder to patch with the glue gun. Oh wait, this is the one that I've already messed with. Into the hardware labs. Good place to be, the hardware labs. Alright, this is what the hardware labs looks like. Maybe good wasn't the... Hello?
Look, that mimic is trying really hard to be stealthy.
That wasn't a mimic. That was the Phantom just knocking something out of its way. Alright, fine then. Alright. I am going to call it here. This has been...
What are you going to call it?
I'm going to call it done for the night. This has been a wonderful time. I look forward to coming back to this again next week. I'd look forward to coming back to it again earlier, but I do have everything a bit planned out between now and then. Next Monday, we will not be playing Omen Sight because that's going to be my off week for the Mondays. Next Tuesday, we will be returning to Treasure Island, and we'll probably finish it on Thursday if the rate we're going through it continues. I was told when I looked through the internet that it was actually pretty close in length to Dracula, but as it turns out, no. No, they just made the numbers up. And then, yes, we will return to this on the Friday after. I have been your host. Agnipathy has been your co-host. Have a pleasant night.
Yeah, I still am.
You are still my co-host, yes. Have a pleasant night. And pleasant dreams.
And don't forget to always read the fine print.